Welcome to today's edition of Golf 101. We are at the Karen Country Club, and we will be telling you all you need to know if you are thinking to begin to learn the sport of golf. I'm not alone. I'm with Vincent Wangombe. He has been in the world of golf for quite a number of times. If you read the Standard, then he's one of our best golf writers. At the same time, he knows almost everything golf because he knows how to referee this sport. Let me begin by asking you, what are some of the things a person needs to know when you want to begin to learn this sport?
First thing about golf is this is a game played by ladies and gentlemen. So you have to be honest, respectful. And three things you have to remember. You have to respect the course, so you have to leave it in a good condition. You have to respect the other players, don't distract them, don't do anything that will actually distract them, don't move when they're playing. And the third thing, you have to respect the rules of golf. And the rules basically are in a book, and you can actually have a look at it. But the most important thing is play the ball as it lies, play the course as you find it. But if you can't play the ball as it lies, you have to know the rules and you have to know how to continue after that.
And a lot of people don't know anything to do with golf, and they will be learning plenty from what you have told us. Let's begin with this term golf course. What exactly is a golf course?
Okay, so the golf course has 5 areas. Yeah, so the 5 areas are the teeing ground, and you also have the general area. So the general area is everywhere in the golf course. As long as it's inbounds, it's everywhere. That's a general area. Then you also have what is called the bunkers. Bunkers are specially prepared places which have sand. Then you have penalty areas. So the penalty areas are places where there's water, or even the course can actually mark a place and decide, you know, they don't want you to play from there. So here at the Karen Country Club, you have a place which is known as the wetlands, and the entire area is marked as a penalty area, so they don't allow you to play from there. So if your ball goes there, you have to take the ball out. And the final place is the putting green. So we say you drive for show, putt for dough. On the green, you putt the ball into the hole. So the game of golf is played from tee to green. And you may go through the penalty areas, but if you're lucky, you'll stay on the short grass, the fairways, and you will, have a good time playing in the short area, the good places like the fairways.
And a lot of people play this sport. Some of them are amateurs, some of them are pros. When they come to start playing, there is this term that a lot of people talk about, teeing. What exactly is a teeing?
Okay, let me demonstrate to you how to set it up. This is a teeing area. It's an area which is 2 club lengths from the front of the tees, and you can tee up the ball in any of this place. So here's the ball and the tee. Set it up anywhere there. That's a good shot, and then you can tee off from there. Yeah. So the entire area, this entire area is generally known as the tee box, but that's not the most important place. The most important place is the teeing area. The teeing area is the space between the 2 tee markers and 2 club lengths behind. And the club is defined as the longest club in your bag. For me, the longest club is my driver. Yeah? So it's the space between the 2 tee markers and 2 club lengths behind from that specific place. So that is the teeing area, and you must start your shot from that teeing area.
I can see you have your clubs.
Yes.
What should you have at all times when you want to go out there and be able to start golfing?
So the maximum number of clubs that you're allowed are 14. So I have 14 clubs. This is my driver. This is the club that hits the farthest. Yeah. And in the rules of golf, it talks about the longest club in the bag, other than the putter. So this is my longest club in the bag. This is my 3-wood, hits second longest, and I can hit it from the tee or even from the fairway. Yeah, so I can hit it even on the fairway. Yeah, so that's my 3-wood. Yeah, I have 2 rescues. One is a 3 rescue, and the other one is a 4 rescue. So the two look similar, but the angles are different. The 3 rescue is a 19-degree angle on the loft, and the 4 rescue is a 22-degree. Yeah. So the loft is what gives a difference in the distance and the height of the club. Yeah. So this is the loft. This is what gives the ball the loft, you know, for it to go high or far, whatever it is. So I can use this club in the rough, on the fairway, or even on the tee. Then I have my irons. So we have the long irons. These are called the long irons. I have a 4 iron, 5 iron, and a 6 iron. And the irons basically have different lofts. The 4 iron is straighter than the 5, and the 6 iron is, you know, a bit more lofted. So they give distance. These ones give a lot more distance. I'm able to hit about 200, 190, 180 with these different clubs. And they're actually a lot more harder to hit than the shorter clubs or the middle range clubs. And the middle range clubs seven, 8 is missing. 7, 8, so is 8. These are the middle range clubs. The 7, 8, and 9. They're a bit more lofted. They have a lot more. The angle is a lot more than what I had with the 4, 5, and 6. And these ones will basically hit the ball a lot higher and a shorter distance. Where? Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we have the short irons. We have the pitching wedge. These are the wedges basically. I have a pitching wedge, sand wedge, and a lob wedge. And you'll notice that these ones have a bit more of a bounce, and they're very lofted.
They look more curved.
The curve on this, the angle on this is a lot more. This is supposed to lift the ball a lot higher and even get me out of trouble spots like in thick grass, in the sand bunker, or right next to the green if I want to loft the club. Loft the ball. And the final club is the putter. I use the putter, everybody uses a putter on the green. So this is to be used on the green. And it's flatter than all the clubs, and just basically supposed to tap the ball gently into the hole. Yeah. The total number of clubs that I have is 14 clubs. This is the maximum allowed by the rules of golf. You can have less, but you cannot have more than 14 clubs when you're playing on the course.
I'm so sure that it is a technical, sometimes it also becomes a tactical game, but of key importance is how you get to score. How do you do it? Where do you start all that?
In the game of golf, you have to take your scores hole by hole, so you'll have a card with you where you'll write down every shot that you play. The game of golf is about the number of shots you hit from the tee to the hole. And you have 18 holes on the golf course. Yeah? So from hole number 1 up to hole number 18, how many shots will you hit on every hole? So from where you start, so every hole has a tee box. Yeah? So you go to hole number 1, there's a tee box. So you go on the teeing area, hit the ball from there, and you have to hit the ball as few times as possible into the hole. That's the whole objective of the game. So Current Country Club is a par 71 for the Kenya Open. Usually it's a par 72, but there's one hole which has been reduced from a par 5 to a par 4. So if you add up all the different holes, all the different pars, you actually get 71. So there's a hole which is a par 3, there's one which is a par 4, and another which is a par 5. So on the par 3, you're supposed to hit it 3 times. On the par 4, you're supposed to hit it 4 times. A par 5, you're supposed to hit it 5 times. So ideally, you're supposed to play the ball as few times as possible. If you can play even less than those shots, the better.
I know behind you we are at the par 12. At hole number 12, which is a par 4. But kindly, I know for the benefit of a person who does not understand what exactly we mean with the par 12, with par 4, par 5, par 6, and this is hole number 4. It means that we are at hole number 12. It is a par 4. So if we are recording the number of strokes a person is taking, if a person hits it 3 times, then that is where the negative score comes.
Exactly, exactly. So on this hole, this is a short.
Yeah, just for clarity, use that hole and explain to the viewer what exactly that literally means.
Okay, so this is hole number 12. It's a par 4, so you're supposed to play the 4 shots from the teeing area into the hole. So ideally you hit your tee shot, get somewhere on the fairway, hit the second shot onto the green, and on the green you're supposed to putt 2 times. That's the ideal. So if you play it that way, you get a par. Yeah? If you play 4 shots on hole number 12, you get a par. If you play 1 shot better, so if you play 3 strokes on this hole, you get a birdie. Now, you can also be very lucky. You can actually hit the ball. On the second shot, it gets into the hole. That is called an eagle. Yeah? 2 under par. If you hit it from the tee and it gets into the hole, very unlikely, very rare, that's called an albatross. It's 3 under par. So if you hit a hole in one, and that's what is called a hole in one, from the tee into the hole, that is what is known as a hole in one. If you do that on this hole, that's an albatross. Yeah? And that's very rare. But what you get a lot of is 1 over par. So if you hit 5 times, if you hit into the water, for example, on hole number 12, the penalty area is what is, has water. If you hit your ball into the water, then you lose a stroke. To get another ball into play, you'll probably get onto the green on 3, 2 putt for 5, that is called a bogey. Yeah? If you get a 6, it's a double bogey. So those are the terminologies used. And if you stick to par, you're okay. If you play under par, even better.
When you play under par, that is when now your score is negative.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people don't understand why you have a negative score and why other people have a positive score.
Yes.
So if you hit 3 times where it is supposed to be a par 4, that is a -1 score.
Yes.
If you hit 5 times and it was supposed to be a par 4,
yes,
that one is a +1.
Yes.
Extra stroke.
It's 1 over par.
1 over par.
Yes, you can have 1 under par or 1 over par or several under par or several over par. That's basically how it works. The better score is under par. You want to play under par. And what happens a lot of times is the course is set with certain difficulties. You'll have tall grass, you'll have forests, and if your ball goes in there, then you're in trouble. Then you will lose strokes at that point.
A perfect shot, yes. It's not that easy, but in our next episode, we will be learning all about what you need to do when you tee off the same time. What should you do as you come on the green to hole out? Always a pleasure, Vincent Wangombe.
Thank you very much.
Forward! All right. Ball out! Ball out!
Terrific.